welcome back to another session of Sanity right here on the Real Side. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5560. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the conversation. Frankly, be part of the solution. That's really what I want you to be. Get informed. I don't care where you get, I prefer you get informed here, obviously. But I don't care where you get informed. Just get the information, move forward on it, make something happen, get engaged. Really. Anyway, again, as I say, I always appreciate Brad Dacus will join us after the break. It's already starting. Don't you love the Mitch McConnell? President-elect, he's congratulated Joey B. Actually, he should be congratulating, George Soros and Dominion, but that's a story for another day. Right? And, it's funny. I've seen all these commercials. I'm going to be all over the place in the first 15 minutes here. Because, I'm watching the commercials. I'm watching what's coming down. I'm watching what's going on out there. And it's just irritating as heck. We hear things like no one is above the law, yet they hid Joey B's son, Hunter Biden's laptop for, a year and a half, 18 months? I also noticed, I thought it was really interesting. Been watching these Wounded Warrior and other commercials where men and women who went to fight for us, went to fight for our freedom, went to fight for our ability to steal an election. They lost their legs, they lost their arms, they lost their ability to work. And they're having to beg for money. And I was thinking, those sick people on the other side of the aisle who continually cut the military budget, that's the first thing they do, when they get in. Check it out. I did an article, I have to go get it and pull it back up again, but I did an article where I broke down every time a Democrat president gets in, the first thing that starts to get cut is the military budget. And why is that? Now it's going to be military and police. You don't stand a chance. That's why they want to take your guns. Yes, they do want to take your guns. Anybody know what a mandatory buyback is? Right? Yeah. Notice it's not a voluntary, mandatory. They're going to take your guns. They're probably going to give you what they're worth, in scrap metal or whatever. But it's sad that we're willing to put out $60+ million a year for Planned Parenthood so they can kill human beings, yet we're not willing to put out even half of that to help our wounded warriors, to make sure they have a place to stay, their kids can go to school while they were out fighting for our freedom. What kind of sense does that make? No, really. I don't have a PhD or anything in any particular field. That's just plain old American common sense. And okay, now I'm gonna take off. Yeah, I know I'm wound up today. I've been listening to stuff going on the different news channels, and it's just like, my God, these people are just so dishonest. And when I say dishonest, I mean out and out. Get up in the morning. What can I lie about today? And you conservatives, you people on the right, my Christian friends, Jesus said that you're supposed to turn the other cheek if they slap you. Now, I don't know about you guys, unless you're deformed, in which case I'm sorry. I only got 2 cheeks. The ones Jesus was talking about. If you want to get a little vulgar, I got 4 cheeks. After that, the gloves are off. You don't stand a chance. It's over. And I'm going to tell you what, if you have Democrat friends, I do. I have Democrat friends that I've had for years that I love, but I am floored at their mindset as what they believe to be truth, and without doing any homework. I can't tell you how many of them said to me, oh, I don't follow that when I'm talking about a particular time. What do you mean I don't follow? It's on every channel there is. But I want you to know something. We don't owe them anything. And I know some of you Christians have sent me these emails that say we're not supposed to repay evil for evil. You're right, we're not. But we are supposed to call out evil. We are supposed to be the righteousness. We are supposed to let our light shine. You don't just sit there and go, oh, I can't do anything to them. No, you can. Where are the Davids? No joke. Again, I've referred to this story a dozen times just in the last 2 weeks. It's because as it unfolds, as I think about it more and more, here were all these Israeli warriors who they were cowering in the corners for all intents. Hey, Goliath, I ain't taking him on. He's 3 feet taller than me. He said he's going to grind my bones for meal. I ain't going after him. You guys are nuts. I resign. Right? And here's a little pizza delivery boy. He shows up with food for his brothers, and he takes them on. Why didn't he live peaceably with them? Why'd you try to work something out? Some kind of piece of cord, right? No, because of time when it doesn't work anymore. It's not what they want. Look at these hypocrites saying we should now all unify. We should now all get along. Yet everybody that Joe Biden is picking to put in place is 180 degrees from where we are. No guns. They'll start to put rules in place for hate speech. I want you to think about it. Why do you think there's a migration coming to the border? There's no reason right now in these global pandemic where everybody said, did you see the lines? Did you see them coming up? I didn't see any masks on those people, but I'll bet you when mainstream media starts showing their pictures, every one of them will have a mask on. It'll probably say Biden 2020 on it, but whatever. This is why I say to you, you cannot give them an inch. Joe Messina, your host.
Are you paying too much for your health insurance? Are your deductibles too high? Or are you completely uninsured? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Healthcare Help Desk can help you now when people need help the most. Health insurance laws and rules have changed. If you have Obamacare, are uninsured, or your premiums are too high, call Healthcare Help Desk. It's free. New healthcare plans are available, and you may qualify for dental coverage and lower copays and deductibles. Make the free call now. Top quality coverage at the lowest prices anywhere. You may be paying too much and not even know it. In these troubled times, healthcare is more important than ever. Don't let another day go by without health insurance. Policies are being offered with very low copays and deductibles. So if you're uninsured, underinsured, or paying too much, call Healthcare Help Desk. Learn about your options before it's too late.
Call 800-964-1055. 800-964-1055.
Attention Medicare recipients and anyone turning 65. Medicare has approved new benefits not included with original Medicare and older Medicare Advantage plans. You may not be getting all of the benefits you're entitled to. These new Medicare Advantage plans may have many free new benefits including in-home aids, telephone appointments with your doctors, home-delivered meals and prescriptions. These benefits may be available and it's a free call to enroll. The easiest way to enroll is to call the Medicare Benefits Line, a free non-government service. The new plans may also offer free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free wellness visits, and gym memberships. Call the Medicare Benefits Line now. It's easy. Find out if you're eligible for new benefits like meal and prescription delivery, in-home aids, and telemedicine. Some plans may have a $0 monthly premium or zero copays for big out-of-pocket savings.
Call 800-691-1655. 800-691-1655.
Medicare Benefits Line is not connected with or endorsed by any government agency or the federal Medicare program.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 800-447-7570. 800-447-7570.
Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Really appreciate the time that you're spending with me on the air and in the chat room, texting, tweeting, being, part of the conversation, part of the solution, because I really do mean it. I do appreciate the time that you spend with me, and it's a big deal when you spend time with us. And head up to the website, realside.com. You can sign up for our newsletter, sign up for anything. Let me know how you feel about the stories that are being posted. If you want a text alert that we're coming up, you can text TRS to 77222. That's TRS to 77222. Let me bring him on. I enjoy having him on every week so much. Brad Dacus joins me. He's the founder of Pacific Justice Institute, an organization that does great work at protecting your religious rights and listen, your right to worship God, period, which I fear if Joey B gets in, it's going to be squelched quite a bit. Anyway, Brad, thanks for being with me. I always appreciate your time.
Oh, it's great to be on the program. Thank you.
Well, okay, so let's just get to it. What happened with SCOTUS last week?
Well, the Supreme Court ruled that the New York governor could not constitutionally have churches treated differently than other entities, and they said, that limiting the number of people in a church, no matter how large the congregation, to only 10 or 25, while you're allowing the airport and the airlines to stuff their seats with, and the like with people, they said, no, this makes no sense. The First Amendment free exercise clause in itself says churches are essential and must be given and afforded the highest level of accommodation, churches and synagogues, because they have First Amendment protection, unlike other businesses and things like that. They have to at least be on the same playing field. It was a wonderful case. They said it was clear unequal treatment under the law, and we at Pacific Justice jumped up and down. We have that fifth Justice, Barrett, who tipped the balance on the court, and now we're going to town with our litigation and others as well.
Now, we're seeing that, but we're also seeing, I understood that Colorado, too, just had the same thing come around, hit SCOTUS, and they went, you know what, we've already ruled on this. I don't know, maybe I got that one a little backwards, but you're going to see these things popping up all over the place, correct?
Oh, yes, all over. I know we at Pacific Justice are already looking at other places. We have offices in, I think, 11 states now. So we're busy all across the country working to take on these challenges as needed, and we're predominantly in places that have been very oppressive of churches and synagogues.
Yeah. Like California, yeah. So let's talk about the other big SCOTUS slide by, which was them not ruling on technically not ruling on the Texas case, but that was a case of really, when you get down to brass tacks, it was a case of no standing, right?
Yes, and that was unfortunate. Maybe people saw this and said, "Aha!" They ruled in favor of Biden, being president. No, they didn't even get close to that.
No,
they just decided that Texas isn't entitled to file such a lawsuit because, according to the court, at least the majority on the court, that Texas is just like any other place. They're all impacted. The people who have special standing or especially impacted would be the legislature of Pennsylvania, and those impacted in that regard. Well, Pennsylvania's already tried this, and legislature, and they just shrugged it aside. So it's very frustrating. There's a clear constitutional question that needs to be addressed by this court, and that is whether or not does the Constitution mean what it says? It says the state legislatures must decide the rules governing elections, i.e. mail-in ballots. That's the question. And the answer is fairly obvious, but the court has avoided that, and if they'd addressed it earlier this summer, we would not be in the situation we're in now. And these states of Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona would not have had mail-in ballots probably, and the outcome of the election on that alone would have been different probably.
Right. Yeah, and again, I'm telling people that they really have to be. Could a small group of voters in any one of those states bring case or try to bring it to the Supreme Court?
No, it would need to be the legislatures of those states that would have the best as far as standing. But it's disappointing. Alito and Thomas both made it very clear. No, Texas has standing. They're impacted because Texans are going to have a different president than they would have otherwise had Pennsylvania followed the Constitution and respected the language of the Constitution, along with Michigan and other states. So I think Alito and Justice Thomas, I think they've got it right, but they were outnumbered, unfortunately. And that's
what happened, Brad? What happened to our other people? Listen, one of the things I brought up, and you're the scholar, not me. I said, look, we want conservative judges all over the place. Well, conservative judges don't look at the end and then figure out how to get there. They're looking at policy and process and saying, did you follow the policy and process? Is this what Kavanaugh and Amy and Gorsuch, is this what they were looking at when they gave their opinion on this?
Yeah, they didn't weigh in on this. The thinking, where I think they're coming from, maybe that, hey, the state legislatures, they still have a remedy to address this. They don't have to approve the Electoral College, the that came through. The electors, they still have a remedy to address it. But I disagree with the fact that they still need to definitively make it very clear. Even if you believe that, they still need to come forward and say, for the record, for the future, you cannot do this, rogue governors and judges. You have to let this be defined by the state legislatures. So there's still a need, and I believe in the end of the day, the Supreme Court will rule on the merits on this. Unfortunately, it's going to be well after Inauguration Day.
Well, I still hold hope, being the idiot that I am, is that this will play out in Congress. And my understanding is you only need, and this is both you and I were talking about this earlier, trying to get Rick Green on the phone, to understand it, that only one congressperson and one senator needs to question the outcome of the Electoral College, and it has to be debated in both the House and the Senate.
Yes, and that's exactly what happened. And then they take it state by state.
Right.
They review it state by state. So
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 888-431-0562. That's 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Here's why. Dish has the nation's lowest TV price, along with an award-winning DVR that can skip commercials, record 8 shows at once, and get access to thousands of movies at your fingertips. Cable simply can't even compare. So the smart choice is to cut the cable and get Dish. Plus, you get all these great TV features, free HD DVR upgrade, free installation, and free movie channels. Say goodbye to cable and get more with Dish TV. 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. As an added bonus, you can switch to Dish now and receive a $50 Visa gift card. So call now and get Dish TV. Call 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. That's 877-290-7764. Limited time offer, 24-month commitment and credit qualification required. Cancellation fee, monthly equipment fees, and other restrictions apply. Promotion can change at any time.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business, according to The Secret War, a shocking new research report. I just read it. And folks, I was amazed to learn why banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get The Secret War free. Just call the number on the screen, no charge, from the folks at Swiss America, and get this. Did you know simply spending cash today may be enough to have you branded as a potential criminal? That's right. The new war on cash is really a war against all freedom-loving Americans. The Secret War is yours free, so call the number on the screen and you can tell them Pat Boone gave you the number.
855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. 5563. Really do appreciate the time you're spending with us on the air and in the chat room, texting and tweeting, and just being part of the conversation, seriously. And I so much appreciate the time you spend with us. Brad Dacus joins me, as he does every week, to kind of discuss the legal issues of the day, what's going on, and how he is protecting your rights. And Brad, as founder of PJI, who better than you to tell us about Pacific Justice Institute, what they do, and how people can help you?
Oh, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're the nonprofit 501c3 legal organization that defends religious freedom, parental rights, the sanctity of human life. And as you know, Joe, we do this all across the country. We have offices from New York to Orange County to Los Angeles, from Seattle to Miami. And we're serving everyone in the country without charge. And what makes us unique is that we don't just cherry-pick high-profile cases. We're very unique, and we make sure that everyone gets help, that no one's left on the side of the road when it comes to religious freedom, parents' rights, the sanctity of life. We have major cases. We have over 50 cases in active litigation. And if people want to keep up with those cases or support our work as an end-of-year donation in particular, they can go to our website, pji.org, P for Pacific, J for Justice, I for Institute.org.
All right, Brad. So a recent article that you put out, or a recent newsletter piece, apparently there's a church that has gotten Planned Parenthood to believe in God. And the reason behind that is they believe that this church's worship service near their Planned Parenthood is causing a problem for their business. Tell us about
it. They certainly do. This church, they meet once a month. So it's actually people from a number of churches that they meet once a month, and they meet in front of the Planned Parenthood on public property. So it's protected free speech property. And they have a church service. They have a worship. They have a sermon from Scripture. And if there's hundreds that show up every year, and what happens, every month, and what happens, apparently Planned Parenthood is saying that they're losing business, even though this happens during their non-work hours. So they claim that their business is decreasing. Women coming there to get an abortion is going down. They're mad. They're not making as much money off killing unborn babies. So they're suing this pastor and this church, and we at Pacific Justice Institute, we're defending them completely, as usual, without charge.
What are they? But what is the legal grounds that you could sue on something like that? I'm sorry, the God we don't believe in, they're praying to, and he's causing us to lose business. I would love to be the judge in that case.
You're right. It's an interesting case because since this is happening when they're not actually during work hours, it seems like it's a bit of a stretch to say that somehow they're affecting their business. But in reality, we know that that dimension is there. People, they know there's a church that meets there, every month. And I think just knowing that, along with just the spiritual warfare taking place with the prayers of the people there, I think it's having an impact. And Planned Parenthood, I think, has a very weak case. They say they're interfering with commerce. But how are you interfering with commerce if you're having your gathering, your event when no one's there? So I think I think they have a weak case. This Planned Parenthood, though, they have so much money that I think they think that they're just going to wear this church out. They're going to litigate. Church can't afford attorneys. Well, that's where Pacific Justice Institute comes in. That's why we're representing them, as usual, without charge, the church.
I just love this stuff because it just shows the hypocrisy behind what they believe or say they believe or don't say they believe or what have you. And I'm going to do to you what I always love to do to you anyhow, which is now I got a bunch of little cases across, because we're at that time of year where for some reason Christmas wreaths, Christmas trees, Christmas carolers, and now Christmas lights, by the way, are illegal. They're racist, all this other stuff. So in North Carolina, homeowners, they're in trouble over Christmas decorations again. All right, really, and you and I talk about this stuff every year. The reasoning is that the board does not consider this a Christmas decoration, but an Easter or Passover. It's a religious thing, and anything that has a wreath or what are those red flowers? I can't remember the names of them anymore. These all have to do with Christ, and we can't have those on the ground. At a what do you call it? With the HOA, it's like a condo, not a condo complex, but a lot of housing tracts have HOAs. Are we serious?
Yeah, this is pretty outrageous. The reality is that HOAs cannot snuffle out the First Amendment rights of people to express their faith, or particularly during holidays of significance. Christmas is a national holiday as well as a religious holiday. So they're way out, and we at Pacific Justice will not hesitate to defend homeowners and others who wish to use on their property their expression and appreciation of Christ coming into the world and celebrating Christmas.
But there's no way an HOA or an entity like that could preclude you from religious. I mean, let's not get ridiculous. It's not like he has a 40-foot cross that's all lit up, but to have a small cross on your lawn at this time of year, some kind of Christmas, maybe even a manger scene. I don't know. I mean, does the courts rule that you can be excessive, or you're not allowed to have it at all, or what have you?
Yeah, there's the HOAs. They have a right to have certain parameters that must be complied with people who buy houses in those subdivisions. That's understandable, but religious speech is speech, and religious speech is different than what shrubs you can plant and whether or not you can have a circular driveway or not. This is something that's protected by the Constitution. So when the HOA decides to limit that, then they're really in a serious situation. If they can show a health or safety concern, okay, they may have an argument. If they can show that it in some way blocks traffic, blocks the ability for drivers to see kids in the street. I mean, some kind of concern like that. But what we're talking about is the fact they don't like this large or this symbol on display for a temporary period of time. And that's another thing that's looked at is this, are we talking about something permanent, or are we talking about something that's temporary? And is there any reasonable accommodation being afforded here for the recognition of this person's religious holiday and for their expression? So this is the kind of thing that we at Pacific Justice Institute take on. We went to bat against an HOA in Bakersfield not that long ago that they said any group at all can meet in the clubhouse except a Bible study. So we stepped in, we went into court, we won. Bible study is going on, and so that's a classic example of an HOA overstepping their boundaries.
Yeah, God forbid somebody might walk in the room and hear something nice and kind about loving God and being nice to your neighbor. We don't want any part of that now, do we? I mean, peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Who wants to hear that kind of garbage? God bless.
Yeah, and ironically, Joe, when this case happened, this was a few Christmases ago, they shut them down right before Christmas.
Wow.
Literally right before Christmas, and so they were literally the Grinch, if you will. Anyway, we saw justice prevail, though, and that's the good news.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. When we come back from the break, one of the things who Samaritan's Purse is, and it's the Franklin Graham organization, and all they do, their only goal is to show the love of Christ by going out and helping people, whether it's medically or making sure the kids get gifts for Christmas and that kind of stuff. Well, the freedom from religion freaks are at it again. They're telling him and others that this is not right. You can't do this because there's a school that's putting these packages together. But I don't want to get into it now. I'll get into it when we come back from the break.
Mom, thank God you're going to be okay.
So relieved. But you both should know when my time comes, I have a final expense policy with Senior Care USA.
Is Senior Care USA the life insurance policy that helps loved ones pay for funeral expenses and other debts? Bill and I called to get more information.
Yes, and there's an immediate payout of up to $50,000.
If you're over 50, call Senior Care USA now to learn more about final expense insurance plans.
There's no medical exam, even if you have a pre-existing condition like I do. But when I called, the quote was free, and there was no pressure.
I found out that policies start for as little as 35 cents a day. Rates will never increase and coverage won't decrease.
I'm going to call today.
Ask about the free prescription discount card. Oh, I'm so glad you'll be taken care of.
Call 1-800-822-7419. That's 1-800-822-7419.
But is it It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right. We will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call 1-877-461-5033.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling, the complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day and for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms, if you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. So for as little as $199 a month, you can finally have the bathroom of your dreams. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.
I mean, seriously, people, we're going through, if you go up to the website, therealside.com, I just posted a story up there, I think it was yesterday, about a group of people now in Wisconsin, I think it was, who said, the AG says that Christmas lights are racist because some people don't celebrate Christmas. Well, if you look at the numbers, let's just say say we believe that the numbers in the United States, that 80% of the people are Christian and or God people, okay? And they believe in Christmas. So what she's telling us, and frankly, the other 20%, probably 18% of them don't care whether you put up Christmas lights or not. It's that 2% that they're always touting, that they're always pushing for. And they get offended. Well, it's really simple. Don't look. Don't drive down that street. Don't put up any lights on your property. I'm going to put them on mine. But don't put them up on your property if it offends you that much. Brad Dacus, founder of Pacific Justice Institute, is there to protect me. That's why I'm so bold. Brad, thanks for being with us.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Joe.
All right, so this is one of the two I'm going to throw at you for this segment, okay? This is Samaritan's Purse, and everybody knows that Samaritan's Purse is run by Franklin Graham's organization. They are out. They pretty much will help anybody who needs help. So, if there's a medical emergency, they get out there, they help out where they can. At Christmas time, they're constantly making sure the kids know about Christmas, that they have gifts, they have toiletries and food and that kind of stuff. And they have an operation called Christmas Child, and it's where millions of children around the world, they get millions of people, listen, millions. They get a shoebox, and the shoebox is filled with toys and school supplies and personal hygiene products and all that. And they do it in the name of God because that's what they're called to do. They don't do it because of themselves. So apparently one of the teachers or one of the staff was incensed that we would be doing something like this and sending gifts to kids and toiletries to kids. So they riled up the Freedom from Religion freaks. Freedom from Religion Foundation in Wisconsin, and they went after that school with a vengeance because you can't do that kind of stuff. Wrote them a letter. School immediately stopped, said that we can't do this. Brad, really? We don't have the right in this country, whether it's a religious group or a non-religious group, to package these boxes up and send them to kids?
Yeah, this is I'm so unfortunate that the Freedom from Religion Foundation is that vehement in their venom and hatred towards faith that they're willing to let little children in need pay the price for their intolerance. The reality is this school district did not need to capitulate. We at Pacific Justice Institute, if it would have contacted us, worked with us before making this decision, we could have showed them several ways that could have easily have addressed it and mitigated this completely. One is to have a student club, like the Christian club or Bible club, whatever it is. Let this be an activity sponsored by them. If that's the case, they're entitled to school facility use just like anyone else. Or they can have it right after school as an outside nonprofit coming in, say 15 minutes after school hours, utilizing an area, and people volunteer to participate. It could be teachers, students. There's different ways that this could have been addressed, and it clearly avoided any need for litigation. But we would have gladly represented the school district had they requested our assistance for advice or for litigation.
Yeah, but this is common with school districts where they shut things down immediately when they get a letter from these people. And you and I, one of our first meetings, or where you helped me the first time, is I'm on a school board, and we had somebody. I mean, we have 22,000 kids in the district, and we had somebody complain about the Jesus songs at Christmas. And I called you. You sent me a copy of the Supreme Court ruling on Jesus songs at Christmas. And I gave those to the principal, the superintendent, and said, so we're back to Jesus songs at Christmas now. And so those are perfectly legal, are they not?
Yes, they are. And it's ranking. This is dealing with free speech issues. Also, we can help. It's one of the first questions you ask is it individual speech, student speech, or is it school speech, government speech? Even if it's government speech, government can recognize Christmas holiday. It's a national holiday. It needs to be done in a manner that's non-proselytizing. But it's definitely allowed, and there's so many different ways it can happen. We talk about these different ways in the book that my wife and I wrote called Reclaim Your School. It's for parents, individual students, teachers involved in public schools who want to make a difference within the boundaries of the Constitution in a very positive way, in examples like what we just talked about.
Yeah, it's just amazing to me how this stuff goes on and on and on. And many Christians just lay over. They don't fight back. They don't push back. And people need to start pushing back. They need to start getting involved and truly understanding, what's going on. And you have a right. You have a right to believe. You have a right to celebrate, just like others have a right not to believe and not to celebrate. And they think they're being accosted because they're having to look at a manger or look at a cross, as much as I am accosted when I don't get the right or don't get the ability to enjoy the season and not just go to I noticed the stores are back to happy holidays again. It's making me crazy, but that's my own personal little war. We have another one here where the ACLU is demanding that baby Jesus be removed from a nativity scene. And again, this is on public property, if you would. So the ACLU has filed a lawsuit. They want a nativity scene removed from the lawn of the county courthouse. Now, it's been part of the county since like 1980. And every year they put it up. The Optimist Club sets it up, takes it down, and even stores it. The Christmas display also includes Santa and a snowman. So according to the lawsuit, there was a resident who suffered harm and got triggered after he came across and saw baby Jesus in the manger. Well, maybe he's possessed. Maybe that's what did it to him. But this is legal, right? This is a legal thing to have public property.
It is. It absolutely is. This is not even in the gray area, the way this is being conducted. First, it's private party, not government. And second, the private party has actually gone out of their way to have secular symbols. And the Supreme Court has held, it's called the reindeer on a manger rule, not literally, but they said that if you have a secular symbol like a Christmas tree with lit up, or a snowman along with the nativity scene, then you're sending a message about recognizing the holiday as a whole and not just the religious aspect of a holiday. And I think that I think the ACLU is going to lose, but apparently they really want to be a Grinch this year, and they're going after this wonderful nonprofit organization's effort to carry out this tradition.
But Brad, look, and again, you're one of the smartest guys I know in this area. The ACLU has to have smart guys in this area. What's the upside to doing this if they know? They know they're going to lose, do they not?
They have to know that they're likely going to lose, particularly when this goes to the Supreme Court. This Supreme Court that we now have, because of President Donald Trump's appointment, is the most pro-religious freedom Supreme Court probably in U.S. history. So, go ahead, ACLU, file these lawsuits. We'll see at the courthouse as needed. But the bottom line is they're going to lose, and we have a great Supreme Court to make sure that in the end of the day, religion and religious freedom flourishes and is healthy and not bullied against by the likes of the ACLU.
Well, earlier before we went on the air, I won't say there was a leak, but I have a friend that is actually an elected official up in Sacramento, and he said Newsom is going to keep us locked down to February and or March. So what does that mean for the churches? What does that mean for the houses of worship as far as Christmas goes? I mean, with his lockdown order, you can't even get together for Christmas. So enlighten us. Talk to us. Do we have any hope here?
Oh, we have lots of hope because the Supreme Court's already held that the governor cannot, for example, religious services, church services, synagogue, etc. They have to be treated equally along with other entities. Other entities also, though, have constitutional rights, like restaurants. One judge in Los Angeles Superior Court already recognized that the government's not meeting their burden of proof to ban outside eating areas of restaurants, not inside but outside.
Yep.
So we're going to see a chipping away of this. I think the governor's making a big mistake. He doesn't have science behind him. It's illogical. He's abusing his power. And there's still time for people out there in California to go to recallgavin2020.com, sign the petition, recallgavin2020.com, and sign the recall petition. That's picking up a lot of momentum, and for good reason. This governor has been very tyrannical, along with Governor Cuomo of New York and others.
Yeah, I think it's sad that we've allowed them to get away with this. It's sad that the Democrats in this state, at the legislative level, do not step up, do not call him out, do not push, for him to relinquish the power that they gave him. And there's a way they can do it, but the Dems won't step up and do it. So it's really sad. One last time, you got about 10 seconds. Tell people, how do they get involved with PJI?
Yes, just go to our website, pji.org. Sign up to get our newsletter. We're here to serve. God bless and thank you for your support.
All right. Well, listen, Brad, keep up the good work. God bless you, too. We'll have you back on next week. Joe Messina, your host. Guess what? COVID cases are actually down, but only in Republican states. Wonder what
Attention homeowners. Do you have a house that's in need of serious repairs? Do you have tenants that never seem to make their monthly payments? How about code violations, past due taxes, or maintenance costs you just can't afford? Then call my friends right now at Quick Cash Offer. They specialize in buying any home, no matter how ugly the situation. Turn that problem property into cash right now. It's just that simple. One call and you can get rid of that home headache forever. They buy the ugliest houses with instant closings, instant cash, and huge savings. Plus, there are no realtor fees, no listing fees, and no repair costs. Just cash in your hands for that painful property. They're buying a few more houses in your neighborhood this month. So take advantage of this cash offer and call Quick Cash Offer now.
855-296-8854. 855-296-8854. That's 855-296-8854.
Listen carefully. If your student loan debt is overwhelming you and things seem hopeless, we've got great news.
If you're still struggling with your student loan debt, there are government programs available that may actually lower your payments by consolidating your federal student loans. Just call us. We'll review your situation and work with you to consolidate your debt. In many cases, depending on your situation, we can lower your monthly payments in half or more. It doesn't matter how much you owe or how far behind you are. Even if you're in default, call us right now to find out how we can lower your payment in half immediately. You can stop the harassing phone calls and the wage garnishments. All you need to do is pick up the phone and call us right now. We can remove your default status, consolidate your federal student loans, lower your payments, and we can do it today. Stop worrying. This is a real solution that can help. So please call us right now.
Call 800-917-8671.
Are you over the age of 50? Want peace of mind and financial security for your family? Here's an important message to you and all seniors from the Final Expense Insurance Hotline. The average funeral costs about $7,000, even more. And the most government benefits will pay your family is only $255. That leaves your loved ones with a burden of paying your debts and funeral costs. Our plans start as low as $1 per day and will pay up to $30,000 for your funeral and other final expenses. There's no medical exam and you'll have lifetime coverage. Plus, your rates will never increase and your plan cannot be canceled regardless of your medical condition, as long as you make your premium payments. Get free information right now. Just answer a few simple questions and get approved right over the phone in just a few minutes. Call right now.
Call 855-221-7334.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next?
How do you get in front of companies or get a patent?
Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors just like you for 35 years.
And thousands of people contact them every month.
With 65 offices, you can meet with an InventHelp representative near you who will keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. And they offer 3D animations and prototyping services to help demonstrate your idea. InventHelp's exclusive databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to confidentially review new ideas, like yours.
Don't wonder what to do next. Take action right now and get the help you need from InventHelp.
InventHelp. Call today for free information.
800-880-2937. That's 800-880-2937 now.
855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. I really do appreciate the time that you're spending with us on the air and in the chat room and texting and tweeting and engaging and being involved. So I really do appreciate the time that you're with me. And I really do appreciate the time that you get involved. With your friends, your loved ones, your unloved ones that know about the show. That would be really cool, too. You know, one of the things we're going to talk about this hour, you're more than happy, you're more than welcome and invited to call in, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Can we really heal when half the country feels like the election has been stolen from them? And I say that for several reasons, okay? I go all the way back to the days of the Tea Party, okay? I wasn't a big wig or big person in the party. I mean, I supported them, helped where I could. But I remember the innocent exuberance of the Tea Party people. And I'm not making fun. I'm serious. I really did. I really appreciate the fact that they thought with all their energy, with what they were doing, that they were just going to wipe the place out and all their people would get in because everybody was behind them when it comes to the Constitution and such. And when they lost certain races, the looks on their faces were devastating. They were devastated. And it hurt, guys like me who were trying to tell them, and they saw us as naysayers, look, your guy's not going to win. He's got no name recognition. He's got no real money. And yeah, your people have to be in the street working for that seat 2 years out. And I've helped other people win seats, and I tell them the same thing. You run, and you run, and you run, and if it's a 2-year cycle, you run for 2 years. If it's a 4-year cycle, you wait 2 years, then you run for 2 years. And again, it's the way people get to know you. But the Tea Party people were devastated when their people lost. They couldn't understand. A socialist wanted to stand many people. Even in the Republican Party, 70-80% of the rank and file vote R. Even if it's a putz. Can you imagine? Look at they voted for Mitt Romney because he was an R. Is he really? They voted for Ryan because he was an R. Is he really? We've got a lot on that list. And some of you say, well, God, he's better than a Democrat. Are we sure? Look at Tulsi. Again, I know some of you get mad when I say this, but Tulsi Gabbard. She should be an R for all intents and purposes now. Look at the laws. Look at the bills she's putting forward. About making sure that boy, is she taking heat for that. And there's other things that she's talking about doing. I would have rather had her than Ryan. And think about some of the policies that she wants that are very much in line with President Trump's, which is start pulling people out of these countries that we have no business being in. That's another thing, by the way, you guys can bank on. If Biden gets in, if Biden takes that oath of office, The wars will heat up in the Middle East. You're going to have our poor men and women going back over there to fight again. Seriously. And as somebody may comment in my chat room right now, I think it's worse than what they say it is. You know, Biden will be Obama 3.0. The problem is there won't be any safety bumpers on because it's not Obama taking the heat. It'll be Biden taking the heat for the stupid things he does. Right? You expect us for 4 years you didn't reach across the aisle. For 4 years you didn't pass any meaningful legislation. You didn't even try to. The only thing you did for 3 years and 8 months was to try to nail this president and get him out of office. And you had Pence, right? You were ready to pounce on him as well. So don't tell me that, can we all just get along? Can we just get along? No, we can't. Because I don't trust you. See, that's the other thing. I don't trust you. You know the old joke with the scorpion, right? Jumps on the back. I don't even know what it was. Fish brought him from one side of the pond to the other, and the fish kept saying, "No, I'm not giving you right over because you'll sting me, you'll sting me, you'll sting me." And he kept saying, "No, I won't. Why would I do that? I want to get to the other side. I don't want to stay alive. If I sting you, we'll drown." Halfway across, the scorpion stings the fish. They start to go down, and the fish says, "What'd you do that for?" He says, "It's in my nature. I couldn't help myself." Same thing here. It's in their nature. They can't help themselves. And even you Christian socialists, I got news for you. Christ was not a socialist. Right? If a man won't work, he shouldn't eat. Christ said that. Look it up. Basically. Right? You work, you eat. You don't work, you go hungry. Really simple. Dems are freaking out about another thing, though, too, I really love. I'll tell you more about it on the other side of the break. Basically, COVID cases are down, but only in states that aren't run by Democrats. Joe Messina, your host. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Broken AC, $4,600. Water heater, $1,500. Fridge on the fritz, $1,000. You need home warranty coverage from the Home Service Club for around $1 a day. If any of your covered appliances and systems break down, HSC will either repair or replace them.
HSC provides coverage of up to 47 different appliances and systems in your home.
I trust HSC.
HSC has over 15,000 pre-screened, highly rated technicians with the fastest response time in the industry. They cover everything from ACs, stoves, fridges, pool pumps, and more. Call the number on your screen now for a free, no-obligation quote from a trusted HSC specialist about a home warranty for your entire home, backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and get 1 month free plus $75 off your first year of coverage. 1 month free and $75 off your first year. The Home Service Club.
I didn't know some Medicare Advantage plans may pay for dental visits. Did you?
I didn't know some Medicare Advantage plans may pay for transportation to my doctor. Did you?
I didn't know some Medicare Advantage plans may pay to have my prescriptions delivered directly to my home. Did you?
These and more are important benefits some Medicare Advantage plans may give you. So if you're eligible for Medicare, call us right now because you may be eligible to enroll in a plan with amazing additional benefits. Some Medicare Advantage plans may pay for services like these: dental visits, vision coverage, hearing coverage, home delivery of drugs, even gym memberships. Some plans may include no copays for many services and 0 deductibles. Don't wait to find out if you're eligible to enroll in a plan that may include some of these wonderful benefits you deserve. Call us right now. The call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation. Make this free call now to learn if you're eligible to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that may include additional benefits you want. Call us right now.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
855 Real Joe, 855-732-5563. And I really do appreciate the time that you're spending with us on the air, in the chat room, texting and tweeting and being part of the conversation, part of the solution, really. And that's how you become, by the way, that's how you become part of the solution. You realize that, right? When you engage in conversation with others, a couple things happens. You find out, especially if they're not on the same side as you, you find out how they got to the decision they came to. All right? And you end up, if you're like me, you end up scratching your head going, how did you come up with that? But whatever. So, again, you find out why they got to the decision they came to, how they got there, and then you can help enlighten them. So that's why you want to get involved with people. That's why you want people to understand where you're coming from and how you came up with the decision you came up with. All right, COVID cases are down in one of our favorite states, South Dakota. That's right. They're down almost 60%. And the Democrats are freaking out. So Governor Christie Noem, she took to Twitter yesterday with the news that COVID-19 cases have gone down a little over 59% since their largest spike in November. The spike, however, was around 1,800. The governor of South Dakota wrote, "Hey, we're not out of the woods yet, but we'll continue fighting this virus together." At the beginning of the pandemic, the South Dakota never completely shut down. Businesses, churches, they were allowed to stay open and could close down if they felt it was necessary. In an FAQ segment in the South Dakota Back to Norm plan, one of the questions asked was what churches are supposed to do. The response was they are encouraged to consider the guidelines for public gatherings and to consider steps to maintain reasonable physical distancing. Many of the guidelines that have been administered aren't even required. Another FAQ asked if mask wearing was required. The response was masks has never been required. Let me say that again in case I screwed it up and some of you can't understand. One of the questions was, is mask wearing required? The governor's response, mask wearing was never required. But South Dakotans are encouraged to continue considering CDC guidelines and how they want them used. So, let me see if I get this right. A Republican governor said, well, here's the deal. Here's what science says. Here's what the CDC says. And you have a right by the Constitution to decide whether you want to protect yourself or not. If you don't believe it to be true, then you don't have to wear a mask. If you believe it to be true, feel free. You know, as a courtesy to others, if you're going into a nursing home or something, you may want to put a mask on. I don't know. But it's up to you because you're an adult and we're sure you can figure it out. Right? So again, common sense solutions. Allow the adults in the room to figure it out. Real adults, not kids. And look what happens. It takes a nosedive by almost 60%. And why do you think the Dems are going nuts? Come on, you know why. I don't have to tell you. Because something a Republican governor is working so much. Look at the places where Governor Newsom's now. Shut it all down, put on masks, stay away from family, stay away from church. And by the way, our COVID cases are skyrocketing. Gee, I wonder why that is. I don't know. Just nuts. All right, so kind of hard to do on the radio, but I'm going to do the best I can. One of the places I look for stories is the Todd Starnes website. ToddStarnes.com. Great guy. I love him. I think he's great at what he does. So I went to go there tonight, and what do I get? I get this big, and I go there on a regular basis. I get this big red screen. Twice that it's already started. It says, deceptive site ahead. The site may trick you into doing something dangerous, like installing software or revealing your personal information. For example, passwords, phone numbers, credit cards, and more. Any guys know who Todd Starnes is? He's not like that. He doesn't run that kind of website. But he's a conservative. And he actually got thrown off the Fox network because he spoke the truth about abortion and other things like that. They couldn't handle him anymore. So it's giving the option of going forward or not. One of the pages they called out on this, because they're advertising on Todd Starnes, is the newreleasetoday.com. I didn't know what that was. So you know what I did? I took that And I popped it in to see what it was. This was the specific sub-site that they were calling out as the one that was dangerous. Oh my God, danger, Will Robinson, right? Aren't you concerned? Aren't you nervous? So I clicked on it. I took the chance. But since I knew the message was coming from Google, I had no problem with it. And what site does it take you to? It's the We Love You Decide site. Christian Music Awards. So apparently now, you can go to Pornhub without a problem at 13. But if you go to the Christian Music Awards site, well, that's dangerous. Because they might want money from you. They might want you to support their cause. You guys I get emails from you. You make fun sometimes when I talk about religion. I talk about God. They hate us. Well, Jesus said they would hate us. We already knew that was coming. But they hate us. And they don't hate us necessarily because it's Jesus. They hate us because it's a higher power that we ascribe to, that we love, care for, and get behind, and will do what God wants us to do. And that makes them nuts because you know why? They want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to see them as smarter than us, them as being the party to follow. They are the true gods. Like they see themselves as the gods of Mount Olympus. They've got all the answers. They've got all the strength. They know what to do. Just do what they tell you to do, and everything will be fine. Because it's worked out so well, hasn't it? I'm going to say it again. The Democrat Party has become like wild locusts. Everything they touch, they decimate. Everything. You look at education. The worst education in the country is in inner city where the black kids and Hispanic kids are, the ones that they say they care about. It's the worst. And who runs those? Who runs those schools? Who runs those cities? Democrats. And their response to everything is give us more money. No, there are plenty of districts across this country that are doing a great job with less money. So, just so tired of hearing it. So tired. Joe Messina, your host. A lot more coming up after the break. Yes.
Are you paying too much for your health insurance? Are your deductibles too high? Or are you completely uninsured? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Healthcare Help Desk can help you now when people need help the most. Health insurance laws and rules have changed. If you have Obamacare, are uninsured, or your premiums are too high, call Healthcare Help Desk. It's free. New healthcare plans are available, and you may qualify for dental coverage and lower copays and deductibles. Make the free call now. Top quality coverage at the lowest prices anywhere. You may be paying too much and not even know it. In these troubled times, healthcare is more important than ever. Don't let another day go by without health insurance. Policies are being offered with very low copays and deductibles. So if you're uninsured, underinsured, or paying too much, call Healthcare Help Desk. Learn about your options before it's too late.
Call 800-964-1055. 800-964-1055.
Attention Medicare recipients and anyone turning 65. Medicare has approved new benefits not included with original Medicare and older Medicare Advantage plans. You may not be getting all of the benefits you're entitled to. These new Medicare Advantage plans may have many free new benefits including in-home aids, telephone appointments with your doctors, home-delivered meals and prescriptions. These benefits may be available and it's a free call to enroll. The easiest way to enroll is to call the Medicare Benefits Line, a free non-government service. The new plans may also offer free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free wellness visits, and gym memberships. Call the Medicare Benefits Line now. It's easy. Find out if you're eligible for new benefits like meal and prescription delivery, in-home aids, and telemedicine. Some plans may have a $0 monthly premium or zero copays for big out-of-pocket savings.
Call 800-691-1655. 800-691-1655.
Medicare Benefits Line is not connected with or endorsed by any government agency or the federal Medicare program.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now has Had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-447-7570. 800-447-7570.
That you're spending with us on the air, in the chat room, and texting and tweeting. You're being involved, being engaged. That's what I want you to do. I want you to be involved. I want you to be engaged. I want you to be part of. Not a bad thing. Seriously. And it's one of the ways that you really, you get to see other people's. I know some of you keep saying, stop saying it. I don't want to hear somebody else's point of view. Yeah, actually you do. You actually do, because the only way you're going to actually, I don't want to say argue the point, but the only way you're going to be able to push back is to be able to speak the way they do. Speak in a language they understand. You guys have heard me tell it a million times. My kids used to ask me for money with some freaky language. I don't know dinero. I have dollars. You know what I'm saying? You want money from me? Ask the right way. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732. 5563. Always appreciate the time you spend with me on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, truly being part of the conversation. And this is the only conversation. I want you to know. The only one that counts is with me. Seriously. Anyway, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563, as I said. A Pennsylvania teacher has been fired. So much for freedom of speech. Remember, I said they truly are. The true meaning of fascist is what the Democratic Party has turned into. I don't know if you guys heard this, but recently, another Rasmussen poll, we're up to about 16% of the people that voted for Joe Biden would not have voted for Joe if they knew about all the scandals that he had. So think about that. So media knew exactly what they were doing. I can't keep blaming rank and file when media is the one that won't let the information out there. Seriously. Send me an email, Joe at the, some of you say I don't want to call him Joe. All right, don't. Send me an email, Joe at therealside.com, Joe at therealside.com. I'll try to get your question out there, answered, whatever. I won't use your name, unless you're nasty. If you're nasty, I'm going to have a field day with it. Anyhow. So the Pennsylvania teacher got fired after she said that she'd rather vote for a potato than Joe Biden. I think that's great. I feel the same way she does. A Pennsylvania elementary school principal is out of a job. She says it's because she posted right-leaning memes and commentary on her private social media page. That's the other thing, too. It's really funny when I, as a school board member, and other teachers and parents have asked me to deal with something, every time I discuss about an issue that a teacher put on a child, the child's teacher says you're wrong or does something, I'm always told that the teachers have a freedom of speech. They have a level of freedom of speech. But notice that only goes for the left. It never goes for the right. So a Pennsylvania elementary school principal, she's out of the job because she has right-leaning memes, right-leaning comments. In one post, the former principal, Amy Sachs, said that she'd rather vote for a potato than Democrat presidential contender Joe Biden. This is a potato she held up. If this potato was running against Joe Biden, I'd vote for the potato. That's kind of funny. Her pro-spud anti-Democrat post was apparently enough to cost Sachs her position at Evergreen Elementary. Now, she's been in the school district for decades. And there's a lot of conservative teachers out there. I don't blame them. They don't want to come forward. They don't want to talk because of stuff like this. Sachs had been a teacher for 20 years prior to becoming a principal, says the local school district and paper. Many of the principals and the superintendent thought she was doing a great job. However, superintendent decided she needed to be fired. On Thanksgiving, a Facebook page called No Left Turn in Education shared a statement penned by Sachs, and it read, "Many of you know that I'm no longer principal of Evergreen Elementary at this time. However, the circumstances surrounding this situation have kept me quiet until now. But I'm reaching out to you today to share with you that as principal of Evergreen Elementary School, I was terminated because I expressed a right-of-center political view privately on my page." So what happens now if you have too many I don't know, Muslim kids in your class? Can you no longer put Christmas lights up on your house if you live in the community? If you have too many Jews, well, they don't care about the Jews. They hate the Jews too. Come on, let's be honest about it. How many on the left embrace Israel? For real. Before Trump came along, what did they do for Israel? What did they do for the Jews? Nothing. He goes on to say that she has filed a lawsuit against the school district in an attempt to saving her job. Sachs wrote that she wants to also show people that they are not alone in this personal battle. You know, when I speak out on behalf of conservatives, when I speak out on behalf of Christians, religious rights, as a trustee, I get a boatload of emails from teachers, from administrators, thanking me for speaking out for them, for supporting them. And it tells me that they're afraid. They're out there, but they're afraid because they have nobody to stick up for them. See, if more of you conservative trustees, if more of you conservatives in education would come out, I think you'd find out just how many of you there actually are and how much power and strength you actually have. The cancel culture of public school system has to stop, she said. I was a principal of one of the best performing elementary schools in Pennsylvania. You hear that? One of the best. A conservative principal running one of the best schools in Pennsylvania. And because of her viewpoint, not because of what she got accomplished. And it's like that all the time. Remember, this is the same party that runs around and says, you have to have a black woman in the position. Not the best person, not even the best black woman for the position. You have to have a black woman. You have to have a black person. How does that make you Asians feel? How does that make you Hispanics feel? Talk about division and fueling racism. All they ever talk about is the black community. What about the Hispanic community? Seriously. I was principal of one of the best performing elementary schools in Pennsylvania, still fell victim to being canceled out by liberal bureaucrats who don't believe in diversity of thought, of speech, of opinion, or politically. Right? A group called No Left Turn in Education posted, a courageous principal in Pennsylvania was terminated because she didn't align with that of the woke zombie superintendent. Educators all across America publicly say and post the most outrageous, incendiary things from the left and the far left, and that's okay. Not an issue. See, this is true fascism. Look it up. This is classic fascism. I'll tell you what to say, how to say, when to say, what's right, what comes out of your mouth that's proper, what doesn't. Apparently, there is no freedom of speech. You have no rights as somebody on the right. Absolutely none. This is just nuts. I mean, really. You know, some of her other posts, looking for some clarity, is Corona season over? And we're on the riot season? I just need to know. I need to know if I need a mask or a rifle. That's funny. And she's right. Corona season will be over soon. As soon as they're sure that Joe Biden takes the oath. Now, it may not quit right away because, we want to make sure that we solidly get people on their knees begging for understanding. Due to COVID, we're going to need people to riot from home and destroy your own crap. That's funny, too. Why should you be out in the streets rioting? See, I'll bet you if you made a solid stance, if the police departments really went out there and said, look, you can protest all you want. The minute you smash a window, you're going to jail. I wonder what would happen then. Wouldn't that be cool? If you think the coronavirus panic is in an election year right after 3 failed coup attempts against Trump is a coincidence, you might be as dumb as a rock. I like that too. She's good. Maybe we get her as a writer. Anybody know who she is? Or how to get a hold of her? If you can't carry, buy some wasp and hornet spray. Keep it beside your seat in your vehicle. It sprays 20 to 30 feet a street. I like it.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 888-431-0562. That's 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562. 888-431-0562.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Here's why. Dish has the nation's lowest TV price, along with an award-winning DVR that can skip commercials, record 8 shows at once, and get access to thousands of movies at your fingertips. Cable simply can't even compare. So the smart choice is to cut the cable and get Dish. Plus, you get all these great TV features, free HD DVR upgrade, free installation, and free movie channels. Say goodbye to cable and get more with Dish TV. 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. As an added bonus, you can switch to Dish now and receive a $50 Visa gift card. So call now and get Dish TV. Call 877-290-7764, 877-290-7764. That's 877-290-7764. Limited time offer, 24-month commitment and credit qualification required. Cancellation fee, monthly equipment fees, and other restrictions apply. Promotion can change at any time.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business, according to The Secret War, a shocking new research report. I just read it. And folks, I was amazed to learn why banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get The Secret War free. Just call the number on the screen, no charge, from the folks at Swiss America, and get this. Did you know simply spending cash today may be enough to have you branded as a potential criminal? That's right. The new war on cash is really a war against all freedom-loving Americans. The Secret War is yours free, so call the number on the screen and you can tell them Pat Boone gave you the number.
Again, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. We're talking about a teacher that was fired, a principal actually, after 20 years of being a teacher and then being a principal, was fired for having right-leaning thoughts and putting them down on her personal Facebook page. So apparently now, we got the Gestapo, the SS, tracking down what you're writing on your social media. And I don't care. Now, she's suing the district. Now look, I have mixed emotions about this. I think she should sue the district, really. They cannot get away with this just because they think they have the power to make something like this happen. And whenever it's somebody on the right or conservative complaining about what a left-leaning teacher has done, the teacher has a right of freedom of speech. You can't touch it, you can't say anything about it. When it's the other way around, it's like a federal case immediately. So she's suing the district for $500,000 in damages, emotional turmoil, and more. And I don't blame her. I think she should sue for $1.5 million. These people, the problem is it's not their money. It's taxpayer money, and they don't care. It's the principle behind the thing. It doesn't matter what it costs. Of course it does, because it's your money. I mean, it's somebody else's money. Why do you care? But what would be beautiful is if they took a percentage out of everybody's paycheck who agrees with this. All right, $500,000. Okay, split between 2,000 teachers. Here's what it's going to cost, and administrators. The civil suit names more than a dozen defendants, including the school district and its board of directors, as well as it should. The court documents say on top of the firing sacks for her Facebook posts, superintendent also accused her of being a racist. This is their go-to word for everything. Do not let them get away with it. When they call you, especially an educator, this is what I love. When they call you a racist or a fascist or what have you, go, you're an educated person. What does that mean? These are the same idiots that say that having Christmas lights up is racist. Now, I'm not going to paint with a broad brush because I know a lot of smart teachers who do not believe this way, even ones on the left who do not believe this way. But too many of them do, and the ones that don't stick up. They don't open their mouths for people like Amy. Amy was told by the superintendent that her private Facebook post had offended one parent, who complained to the district. Instead of properly telling the parent that Amy was permitted to post anything she wanted on her private account, the district terminated her. No warning, no, hey, if you do it again, that wasn't cool, we had parents complain, none of that. And which is really funny because when it comes to unionized teachers, you could never fire them for that easily. Amy was told by Russell that she was being terminated because these posts were offensive, unacceptable, and unprofessional. Russell alluded that she believed that Amy was a racist and could be fired on that basis alone. Wow. I mean, this is scary. No, seriously, this is scary. If you think about what she said, listen, if you guys don't support me, I can never get a job somewhere else. I'm going to be welfare the rest of my life. Because with the stuff I put on Facebook, I couldn't get a job as a dog catcher. Right? And they wonder why that the conservatives have such a bad taste for teachers and liberals as a whole. Here's another story where a teacher said an 8th grade teacher told her class that President Trump is not a hero and the White House is not an accurate source of information. It never stops. This is out of the state of Washington. The kids were told to pick a hero to write about in an essay form, but do not pick the President of these United States. Can you imagine anybody saying that? Remember, Obama, they were touting he's the man who won the Nobel Peace Prize before he stepped foot in the office, and yet Trump couldn't win it even though he truly was the peace guy. We have peace in the Middle East. Unheard of. Hasn't happened in decades. Billy Bob Clinton couldn't make it. The one who came the closest, right, was Jimmy Carter. So you got to give people credit where credit's due. I wasn't on the inside. I couldn't tell you whether it was all due because of Jimmy's policies or not. But as far as the press was concerned, as far as the general populace is concerned, Jimmy came the closest. So you have to give him credit. You have to give Donald Trump credit. Credit for the peace in the Middle East. You have to give him credit for this the vaccination coming so quickly. But you won't hear that. I don't have the staff that some of these other people have. And I've been watching some of these shows during the day where, CNN, MSNBC, all laughed at President. To show you what buffoons they really are, they laughed at him when he said the Trump Tower had been bugged. Was bugged. They laughed at him when he said the dossier was fake, phony. He was right about that too. Should we go down the list? They laughed at him when he said the vaccine was right. He would get things out of the way to make the vaccine available as soon as possible. We would have it by the end of the year. They laughed at him. First vaccine in New York was given, yesterday? Right? I mean, think about it. They laughed at him and all of this stuff. Now you watch. Every failure of Obama's, every failure of Joey Biden's is going to be hailed as a great accomplishment. Because they have no place else to go. And I used to think that Joe Biden was going to get sick, and that was what was going to hand it to Harris. I don't think so anymore. I think what's going to happen is not so much that he's going to get indicted, but it's going to be pretty darn close. Really, think about it. It'll be pretty darn close, and that's the way it'll go down. He'll be told by the powers to be that, you got to step down. Too much coming at you. The new president, Harris, will pardon you, and everything will be cool. But I've come to the conclusion, too, though, if you want to see, if I got any of you lefties out there listening that really care, if you want to really see a civil war in this country again, go after Trump and his kids after the election if he doesn't get sworn in. Because I believe that that's what they're doing. I think they're ready to go to try to nail him on so many things. And they won't go till they break him. They'll never break him. He'll die first. I can't believe he'll get, nobody's going to kill him. I don't mean it that way. He will die fighting. Not just for, if they could take him down and put his kids in jail, none of us stand a chance. He'll never let that happen. I guarantee you. Because that's just the kind of guy he is. Speaking of donations, if you guys want to help out, it's real simple. One word, go Joe. One word, go Joe to 77948. Go Joe to 77948 on your phone. You can donate $5, $10, $15, $20, $25,000. I will actually deliver you a signed copy of the book myself. No, but seriously, I've said it before and I mean it so much. It's not so much the amount. $2 here, $5 there, $10 there. It lets me know that you care, that you're willing to get involved, you're willing to throw a few bucks at it, and that's wonderful and great. Again, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. So a young man in Harbor, Washington, Gig Harbor, actually, he really he was slapped in the head when his teacher said, you can write about your hero, but it can't be Trump. 13-year-old. So here's a young man whose parents are probably Trumpers, don't know. Probably loves his country. Been told all the wonderful things that Trump has done because he's not going to hear him in school anyway. The teacher says, you need to write about your hero, all of you guys, but you can't write about the president. Right? And then the teacher rides him for a while trying to get him or convince him to stop supporting President Trump. In a video that was almost 10 minutes long, you see the teacher rant to the 8th grader to get him to agree that the president's immigration policy is a failure, the president is a racist, he's useless, he's no good. How do you do that to an 8th grader? And still consider yourself a teacher? Shame on you teachers that do that, by the way, who are so full of yourselves that you think that you have all the answers and you have a right to shove your opinion down the throats of those kids that you have control of for that hour, 2, 3, 4 hours of the day. Shame on you. You don't have a right to do that. You a math teacher, you teach them how to add and subtract. And maybe we won't be 47th in the country. For you California teachers. Maybe if you stop with your hate towards the president and conservatives as a whole and start teaching the subjects that you're involved in, you might get a different result. Because as far as California, not every district, obviously, but as far as California is concerned, you are turning out crud. You are turning out kids that can't read. They're lousy at English, they're lousy at math, they're lousy at science, when we used to be like among the top 3. You've got kids leaving schools here in California before COVID that had to take remedial English, reading, math when they got to other schools.
Mom, thank God you're going to be okay.
So relieved. But you both should know when my time comes, I have a final expense policy with Senior Care USA.
Is Senior Care USA the life insurance policy that helps loved ones pay for funeral expenses and other debts? Bill and I called to get more information.
Yes, and there's an immediate payout of up to $50,000.
If you're over 50, call Senior Care USA now to learn more about final expense insurance plans.
There's no medical exam, even if you have a pre-existing condition like I do. When I called, the quote was free, and there was no pressure.
I found out that policies start for as little as 35 cents a day. Rates will never increase and coverage won't decrease.
I'm going to call today.
Ask about the free prescription discount card. Oh, I'm so glad you'll be taken care of.
Call 1-800-822-7419. That's 1-800-822-7419.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right. We will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call 1-877-461-5033.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing one-day bath and shower remodeling. The complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day. And for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms, if you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. So for as little as $199 a month, you can finally have the bathroom of your dreams. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.